Welcome. You're here early, that's good. Means there's something special about you. The Elysian might look a bit fancy, but she's been through more storms than I can count. She'll take care of you, and if you would be so kind, take good care of her. We got a whole lot going wrong around here. You better train up. We got terrors knocking on our infrastructure, and some mighty strange occurrences going on. I'm afraid our world is at risk. Without people like you, cornucopias might fall into darkness. Better get smart, get trained, and be ready. The storm is coming. I can feel it. I'd like to say we've been through worse, but this time I'm not so sure. Good luck out there. You're going to need every bit you can get.
What's going on, Beta Gang? Beta Ace, the founder of HydroDrip, a Cardano native incubator powering NFT, DeFi, and marketing for top-tier Web3 projects were built by community and driven by utility. So if you're looking for marketing or advisement, reach out to us at HydroDrip.io today. This is Strike Zone Daily, where we check the markets, analyze the charts, and strike when the time is right. But first, let's get that intro.
Welcome to the strike zone, lock it in tight. A to H's calling shots in the crypto fight. Welcome to the strike zone, lock it in tight. A to H's calling shots in the crypto fight. Welcome to the strike zone, lock it in tight. A to H's calling shots in the crypto fight. Welcome to the strike zone, lock it in tight. A to H's calling shots in the crypto fight.
Tuition paid, scars from the game. Now we trade with precision and flame. Strike while it's hot on that on-chain lane. With leverage loaded, he's calling your name. Cardin knows the field and the zone is live. Every candle lit up like it's ready to drive. Drip fed moves with a hydro kick. Strike perpetuals, yeah, the plays come quick. So step in the booth, let the markets unfold. This strike zone daily where the feelings go bold. Step in the booth, let the markets unfold. This strike zone daily where the feelings go bold. Step in the booth, let the markets unfold. This strike zone daily where the feelings go bold. Feelings go bold, feelings go bold, feelings go bold, feelings go bold. Welcome to
Hey guys, so we're back for episode number 2 today. So let's not take any time. Let's see if we can actually get the show done in 30 minutes today. So let's break down the ADA markets today. So we're looking at tap tools right now. We're going to look at the top 10 market cap tokens. So SNEC is number 1. It's down 3.8% in the last 24 hours. World Mobile token is down 1.75%. Ajax is down 4.3. Igon is down almost 6. Liquid is up almost 3. That's a lending and borrowing. Min token is down just 0.5%. Strike is down about 4.5%. Indy is up almost 2. Shin, a reserve token for Jed, is down 0.5%, and rounding out the top 10 is Hosky, down 4%, but still not zero. So then let's look over here at the top 5 trending tokens, like we will try to do here. So number 1 is going to be SNEC. They're still up 33% in the last 7 days. If you don't have any SNEC, yes, it's a meme token, but in my opinion, it's a leverage trade on ADA, and there's a lot more to the token than just a meme. Then you have Strike. That's what we're here for, is to trade on their derivatives platform. You have IUSD, that's a stable coin from Indy, USDM, that's a stable coin from Moneta, and Flow, which is a brand new lending and borrowing protocol. That's going to be one of the reasons why it's in the trending today. So let's go over and look at Strike. So this is Strike. This is the token over here on Tap Tools. So I pulled a trend based fib off of this movement that we had. Now obviously this token has gone parabolic and we're having fun. Obviously you should always take profit. I have taken some profit and got some new mecha NFTs, which if you don't know what those are, just look at the top scrolling bar at the top, and we can talk about that too in a little bit. I'll show you a little bit of those, so if we look at this, we could be looking at a bullish divergence could have occurred here, where you have the price going down and then you have the RSI going up. And yes, you kind of have to zoom in to see that that is actually a rise on that, but you don't really have much of a change in the money flow that's going on here. You are at the bottom, so you have the opportunity for it to come up from the 30 line. So it could be a good trade. I personally see us coming back down to touch the 1.618 of this, down at 1.5 ADA. That's okay, because we tapped the 4.236 at a 260 per token. But we're still doing really good here with 1.56 million pooled ADA with 3.5 million in liquidity. There's almost 1,400 token holders, and once again, there is only 25 million in total supply, with almost all of it in circulation, 18.5 million in circulation. So let's get over to Dex Hunter to look at the Cardano native token Feared Greed. We're at 54%. I think that's what it was yesterday. I'll have to talk to Melon and see if this is actually doing anything. But according to Dex Hunter, the top 10 or top 8 trending are here for the last day. SNEC, Strike, IUSD, USDM, IGON. That was essentially the ones that we had as well on the trending tokens. Let's get over here and look at the liquidity heat map here. So we're over here on coinglass.com, and we're going to be looking at the Binance chart here. It does allow for the most movement. You can go over here and choose any of the different ones that you would like to see and any of the different time frames that you would like to see. Currently, we're looking at the Model 2 and the 24-hour time frame. Let's go ahead and refresh just to make sure it isn't changed. So we have a good liquidity block up here, or liquidity up here at almost 75, 74, almost 75. Now let's go to the 48-hour chart here. Much higher, much more up here, almost 77. And let's look at the 3-day chart. So 3-day chart, once again, much higher, much higher. All right, so what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna talk to you about BOK. So quick shout out to the tech that makes chart. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, I'm reading you the wrong read. So BOK. So the sharpest tool in the arsenal is BOK AI. BOK analyzes the entire market sentiment, volume flows, trend signals, and momentum shifts, and feeds me a clear, calculated trade bias before I even open the chart, which I really haven't even done yet. It's like having a second set of eyes. Whether I'm scalping the 5-minute or swinging on 4-hour, I always check BOK to see what they're looking at. It cuts through the noise and helps me decide if I want a long, short, or sit still. If you're in DeFi, leverage trading, or even spot, BOK AI has got your back. And trust me, once you use it, you won't want to trade blind again. So, that all being said, let's go over and check out what... Let's go ahead and check out what BOK AI has to say. So what you do is once you have 300,000 BOK, you can get some of the access. Then there's access for 1 million BOK. And then the access that I'm using here with the premium access, you need to have 3 million BOK, which you can go to... Splash or MinSwap. The vast majority of the token liquidity is on Splash because of the way that they launched the token on snec.fun. So that's where a lot of it is. You can go to Dex Hunter and use that one if you want to get the best price between the two. And so let's go back over here and actually do this today. So we're going to do S trade and we're going to choose ADA. So then it's going to do its thing. Gonna read on it for a second. And while we wait, we hydrate. All right, let's see what it had to say here. So our trade signal here is for a short. Analyzing the 15-minute candle for ADA over the last day, I've analyzed a bearish reversal pattern forming with the current price at 72.7. They say that we should short and a scalp trade. Obviously, that's what we want to do here, and that's kind of what we're doing with the S trade, which is a scalp trade. They are talking about a 3% or 3x leverage. We like to do 15x leverage with an entry price like it is here. They want a stop loss of 1.1% above, a target of 1.65 for their first, and a target of 2.75 for their second take profit. Their allocation they're talking about is 5 to 7% of your trading capital and should take between 6 and 12 hours with a confidence level of medium. So Uptrend earlier in the session, reaching a high around 73, but has recently formed a bearish reversal pattern with the last candle showing a significant selling pressure, closing at 72.6. This drop from a recent high appears to be establishing a short-term downtrend. Current price of 77 is critical level where further breakdown could accelerate selling. So let's see, trailing stop once price moves, that allows us to do that. Obviously on Strike, they don't have a trailing stop yet, but they could potentially get there here soon. Monitor the broader networks. Obviously, we have some data coming out today at 8:30 and whatnot. If you want to know more of the greater market trends and other things like that, stop over to Army Piper on the Piper Academy at 9:30. They'll do the entire market open report and everything. If you want the link to his description, to his channel, it's down in the description, along with all of the other analysts that I've got my my way that I do my TA from. So if you want to go check out all of them, they're down in the description. Definitely go give them all a subscribe. That's where I came from watching all of them. All right, so that being said, let's get over here to the 4-hour chart and let's look at the chart on the naked chart here. So let's turn off our Chart Prime Pro indicators here, and so we'll look at it here. So this is what I am seeing on the longer time frame. This is a 4-hour chart. We're in a descending triangle here. We touch the bottom. We touch the bottom here, 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 and here. So then once we touch the bottom, we came out. And then what you would do is you'd look for that OC retest, which currently we look like we are trying to get that retest here. Let's see if we can't zoom in here and see what we've got going on. So what I would like to say is we don't have a head and shoulders here. And the reason why I say that is because the second attempt did not break above the first attempt. So it's not a head and shoulders. Let's see. Do we have a pennant maybe starting here? It could be a triangle. If it's a pennant, that definitely would be a nice pennant here. So you come from down here and you take it to the last touch of the bottom. If you see people doing this, that's not the right measured move. You take it from the last touch of the triangle on a pennant and you take the entire pole from the bottom to the top, and that gives you a measured move. If this is what we were going to do out of this 4-hour chart here, potential, if it was going to move from right here, which I don't think it is, a measured move about 90 cents. But that's how you would do that there. So let's go down to the 1-hour chart and see what we can start finding here. All right, so let's turn on our Market Dynamics Pro from Chart Prime. With that being said, let's come over to the Chart Prime and do our Chart Prime read, because they are one of our channel sponsors, and I want to make sure that everybody can get the indicator package that I show you every day. So, quick shout out to the tech that makes it all possible. It's Chart Prime Pro. I don't just eyeball the charts. I use Chart Prime's premium indicators every single day, whether it's reversal signals, smart money zones, liquidity, or trend strength. This suite gives me the edge, a clean, powerful, and it works on any time frame, and that is awesome. Definitely goes from 1 week down to the damn 1 minute chart. It layers in fibs, volume profiles, but it gives me the first signal, the confirmation, and the follow through. If you're tired of guessing and you want to start trading with data-backed signals, grab the Chart Prime Pro through my link down in the description. It helps support HydroDrip because all of these things are all revenue-based programs that bring back revenue to our project. Now, that being said, thank you. Back to our regularly scheduled programming here. So if we look at our Chart Prime indicators here, we did have that symmetrical triangle that was a little bigger. I say that's a reach there on the symmetrical triangle, honestly. Then they have us in a rising wedge that is here. And they are also showing us a lot of fair market value gaps. So we have this as a fair market value gap, this one, this one, this one. Those are all fair market value gaps, which essentially is where the price did not come back to it. If you can see in the candle structure here, where the price just went, did not come back, so it created a fair market value gap. And Chart Prime Pro does show you how much of this has been taken, just like you can see here where it has changed the color here, so you know that part of that fair market value gap has been taken there. So let's look at it here. We had a high volume here. It is rejecting off of the high volume with the bearish amount here for sure. So we're looking at a high volume node there. And do we have any louds? No louds. So louds would be the most. High volume is where the volume wants to go to. Loud would be where it wants to come to the most. Let's see. So money flow is down here. That's where the money wants to come to. It's like a magnet to it almost. So let's come down to the 30-minute again. All right, so our triangle that we created here is definitely looking to be following through very well. You do still have this high volume node up here with money flow above us. So let's come down to the 15-minute chart, guys. 15-minute chart. All right, so we had a smart target hit from this. That's why they have their smart targets. Let's zoom in, see if you can't see this a little better here. So it was a descending, not a wedge, trading channel. And when you break out of it, you should break out for about the same the height of the channel from the breakout. That gives you the measured move. Their smart target is their proprietary language and everything that they do, taking all the averages and many different things together. But it looks to be bouncing off of the money flow POC on this 15-minute time frame with a moderate volume on the breakout. So we could be retesting OC retest to reach out to this soft target up here where we see a higher potential for selling. So with a short call, with the liquidity being up here at 77, so that would be 75, 77 would be all the way up here. Let's check the, oh, that's the 3-day. Let's check the 24 hour is 74. You have some at 76 up here. So we were 76. That's right in here, guys. So what I am going to think we're going to do here is let's pull it from here. Remember, we got to change it to our 3-to-1. So that gives us a little bit. Could be bringing back down, get to here. Let's see. Can we get to the measured move complete? Give us this here. So let's increase our risk to 1 and our target to 3.3. 3.3. So that's where we would be at here. I think that's a safe target. That gives us a chance to hit the measured move, go up, grab some of the liquidity. We don't have the opportunity of it going to the 77. So if it does continue to go, it could do that. Let's see, how much time frame do we have here? So this is 19 bars, 18 bars. So we're 4 for every hour. that would be a breakthrough. So essentially what we could be looking for here is the market data coming out in a few hours could spike us up here to grab the liquidity and then come back down. Let's see if we can't make that work. Let's come on over to Strike. All right, guys, so this is Strike Perpetuals. Right now, we have a 24-hour volume of $1.37 million with an open long interest of 2.83 and an open short interest of 153,000. So let's see. They do have some new protocol, different things that they did to try to increase the liquidity and everything there, because some people just didn't understand what providing liquidity means. This is a decentralized exchange. If you have money and you want to be the house normally always wins in the long term. You can come through and deposit your liquidity. When you deposit your liquidity in Strike, you are allowing traders to trade with your liquidity in hopes that they don't know what they're doing and they get liquidated, because the liquidity providers receive a share of the platform's revenue, 100% of the liquidated collateral, borrow fees paid by the traders, and 30% of the opening fees. And they start accumulating upon your deposit. Now, big thing here, okay? Disclaimer. You can withdraw your liquidity at any time if there's enough assets in the pool. If all the funds are currently being borrowed, you may submit a withdrawal request and it will be processed as a pending order. Because all trades on Strike are backed one-to-one with funds, so you know if you make that trade, that your trade can be funded when you decide to get out. Providing liquidity involves risk. As a liquidity provider, you take the opposite side of the trader's position and may incur losses. While there are measures to help protect liquidity providers, returns are not guaranteed every day. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Currently, there is a almost 10% all-time negative return on providing liquidity, but that is before they provided all of the updates to the funding and everything here. Also, if you own the token, you can come over here and supply the token to stake it. It is liquid staking, so you don't have to have it leave your wallet and other things like that, and you can get rewards, which then you earn 70% of the opening fees from the positions. And over the life of the mainnet, they have already distributed almost 220,000 ADA. Currently, the next distribution is on 7/27, and there's about 2,400 ADA for that distribution there, with almost 78% of the circulating supply being staked. That allows for a lot of price movement because so much of the token is being staked. Now, let's get over here and see if we can't get that limit order put in. So our limit order would be placed at 75.5. And here, limit short 250 ADA. We're going to put in our price of 75.5. We live dangerously at 15x leverage. That's just because that's what we do around here. Our stop loss is going to be at 76.3. 0.763. And our take profit is going to be at 73. 73? What do we want to do here? 73 would be all the way down. Let's do 73. Let's do 73.3 to see if we can't actually capture it, so people don't front run the bottom. 73.3. And what we would do is, at least 75% lower than your liquidation. So my short, I'm too leveraged. So let's turn our leverage down then. Let's see. Let's do 13x leverage. All right. I might have wallet issue here. I have never used this wallet before, so I might not have any collateral in my wallet here. So let's jump back over here to the studio while I help try to figure this out real quick. Bet you I don't have my collateral set. Collateral. Use collateral. Alrighty, well, we will move on. I will get my wallet set up and I'll get that trade done here. So let's move on a little bit. We're about 5 minutes before the end of our show here. So that is the trade that I was going to be doing here, guys. I'll get it posted out here, 75.5 with a stop loss at 75.5 with a stop loss at 76.3 on 13x leverage to allow us that stop loss to be able to have a little more movement, and a take profit at 73.3. So we're talking about a 3-cent move in price from stop loss to take profit, and about a 2-cent price drop from our limit price of 75.5. Now let's talk a little bit about our project. So I am A to Ace or Aqua, and we have HydroDrip, which is our merch store for HydroDrip, and these are our NFTs. So we are still minting in our Discord right now. So if you would like to help out our project, get involved and earn some revenue back from the project, other things like that, and all of the tokens that you see here on the screen, because you can get our own token, Wojak Blue, CTV, World Mobile Token, Snack Bodega, Igon, Bank, and Angels. All of the cards stack, all of the different things stack, and you get to drip in our Discord. If you don't know what that is, that's a project that created a centralized wallet that we can drop and drip little amounts of a bunch of different tokens between a bunch of different Discords. So we get that too from a bunch of different projects and other things that we spend some on there. We also have our token, and we have Drip Flip. So another thing that I want to show you here is our HydroDrip. So you can get over to HydroDrip.printify.me, and you can see you can get any of our merch that we have. I have shoes, we have towels, diaper bags, pajamas, all kinds of things with the NFT art being put on them and everything there. If you really want to know, I will be wearing this at Rare Evo with the shirt as well. So that being said here, guys, we're gonna get out of here for today. I hope y'all had a great day, and just so y'all know, always use a stop loss.